Hello, hello, hello. Hello. I'm waiting to hear. Yes, okay. Alrighty. I'm only streaming on YouTube right now because doing YouTube and TikTok at the same time is kind of weird. That is loud. Holy. Oh my god. Okay. Don't forget to switch from top chat to live chat. I have to speak low because baby girl fell asleep. Hello to everyone. Hey James, I don't know if you're back yet. Hey Sharmir, how you doing? What's up? Okay, let me take this off. Okay, right on. Thank you, Sharmir. How's everybody doing? What's up? Hey Ashley, how you doing? Baby girl picked out my eyeshadow today. Speaking of, oh, wrong drawer. Today, I'm using Jovia's Place, the berries, which is very powerful. So I'm using this color here for like a deeper color. And these two bright pinks. And this glitter shimmer type thing. Very powerful. If you get these palettes, light hand, build up, because very powerful. And you're probably going to have a bold look whether you want to or not. So I keep the plastic too on my shadows. I have to. Yeah, it's a weird OCD thing. I don't know. Like some part of me thinks that, that will help preserve them or something. I don't know. Yeah. I forgot I was going to do something. Hey, I'm live streaming over on YouTube. Words Have Power. Come check it out. Hopefully, I'll see y'all there. I have to figure out how to live stream on YouTube and on TikTok at the same time and engage with both. Okay. Bear with me for 1 second, y'all. Well then, let me type this in. Hey Michael, how you doing? Hey Vlad, what's up? I still love your name. So jealous of that name. I still notice with ColourPop this shade, the color will be about a shade darker on my eye than it looks. Yeah, if you use a good eye primer, it'll be more true to the color in the pan a lot of the time. Yeah, I still love this stuff though. Like it just stays forever, man. The other night I fell asleep with my makeup on, which I normally do not do. And when I woke up, it was still perfect. It's like, that's just weird. weird but good. So how's everybody doing? Easier to get the day done, do your makeup at night, right? I mean, I try to do my makeup earlier in the day, but I do it in like portions because I have a 3-year-old. So, you know. Oh, is it? Okay. Man, the lighting in my house is so weird. All right. All right. All right. So, okay. So, today we are talking about Dirty John, henceforth called the scumbag. He's dead. That's good. I have no sympathy or empathy or compassion or care for someone who does the things he did at all. There's none. But I do have sympathy and empathy for his relatives, who are not to blame for what he chose to do. Okay? So I'm going to call him the scumbag because I don't, if by some miracle one of his relatives were to see this, I don't want them to feel bad. It's not their fault. Also, with the victims, I'm not going to say their names either. Their names are out there, but y'all know I have strict rules. For survivors, you can find their names. This is common knowledge. I don't like to say the survivors' names unless I have permission. That's just a personal rule. Okay. So from this point forward, the victim, the main victim, the mother, right, in the situation, I'm going to call her the goddess because, let's face it, she is. Okay, so she is highly successful CEO of a business, doing really well financially, beautiful woman, has a lot going for her. Okay. She is, in reality, everything that this guy wished he was and could never be. Okay. So I had someone email me and ask me that they didn't quite understand how the whole thing started. So we're going to start from the beginning. Internet dating. Especially right now with the plague going on, more people, it seems like, are relying on internet dating to actually connect with people. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people start really good relationships, really positive relationships via online dating. But you should be cautious with online dating. It can be dangerous, okay? So here are some things to think about if you're going to date or try to start dating people online. First, foremost, internet dating is brutal. That's what I'm told. I've never done it, so I don't. Dirty John. Yeah, I haven't looked at the Wikipedia because I usually don't rely on a Wikipedia. But it's there. Okay. If you're going to date online, Please, for the love of everything holy, do not disclose where you live, not even your neighborhood. All right? You don't know these people. You don't know the person you are communicating with, right? So, hey, Melanie, how you doing? Megan Kelly, yeah, she's been talking, speaking a lot about what she went through, and I'm glad her and her, the one daughter who was attacked, they're doing a lot of good work out there. So with, don't tell the person you're dating online where you live, what your neighborhood is, what side of town you live on. Just keep all that. No, because like in this situation, this guy just got out of prison. He had an extensive history of domestic violence, treating people very, very poorly. There was substance abuse problems. There were a lot of issues. And he's the type of person that he wasn't going to do any work on himself. It's that, no, like he was just all about him and he was fine. He wasn't, but, that is what it is. Cato, 3 years for me. 3 years of what? And hello, by the way. So that's okay, Melanie. You can go ahead and chat. That's fine. That's what we do here. We chat. We usually have typos. It's fine. Since my divorce in 99, happy online, dated a bit, met very weird people, met a few friends. Yeah. Yeah, I had a friend who was online dating, and it was not, I don't recommend. Okay, so when you meet this person, don't have them pick you up at your place. I don't care if you're man, woman, non-binary, LGBTQ plus, whatever. Don't have them pick you up at your place. Meet them in a public place. Now, I'm saying as an ex-law enforcement officer and also as an ex-victims advocate, I have suggested to friends, don't drive your own vehicle there. Take an Uber if you can. All right? Why? Because a person can get a lot of information off your your license plate of your vehicle that they see you get into or out of. Think about that. They can get your entire life's history just about from your license plate. Take an Uber there. Take an Uber back. Try to keep any information that you give out general. All right, like favorite books, things like this. Because quite often abusers do what? What do? We've talked about this. I laid groundwork for this reason, okay? Data mining. They will data mine you. So if you've had, if you've been in domestic abuse relationships of any kind, don't disclose that straight off. Any trauma or anything like that, don't disclose that because that could be used against you later. Take your time getting to know the person. You have plenty of time. There's no rush. And if that other person is trying to rush you, that's 9 times out of 10, that's going to be a huge red flag. Do not rush. Take your time. Okay? Go at your pace. Don't let the other person dictate what the pace of the potential relationship is going to be. It's not up to them. It's up to you. Really, it should be up to both people, but if they're trying to push it to move really fast, that can be really uncomfortable, and it's uncomfortable for a reason, and the reason is that's a red flag, and that red flag is your instincts telling you, this person's trying to move really, really quickly, and that's ridiculous, and it is. I've only had one relationship where things moved really quickly, and it was positive. And that's the relationship I'm in right now. There was one other one that moved really quickly, and that was really bad. James says stalkers. Yes, stalkers. It's not just like abusive situations, like an abusive DV relationship that you need to be thinking about. It's also the potential for stalkers. As if, abusive people are not bad enough. Add stalkers to the equation, right? Yes, data mining. Data mining is something you really should watch out for. If you are doing most of the talking and they are doing most of the question asking, that's unbalanced and possibly data mining. Now, it could be just that you both are nervous, totally normal. But you should be asking questions as much as that other person is asking. And if you're asking questions and they're not answering the questions, or they're kind of giving like yes, no answers, and they're not really open and talking, about themselves and being forthcoming about themselves, that's a red flag. Pay attention. What are they saying about previous relationships? Are they saying all their exes were psycho? I have two bad relationships, like bad. Not all my exes are psycho. Actually, some of my exes I'm still friends with. Very good friends. Some of them I want to kick in the ass sometimes, but we've been friends for a long time. So to say it is pretty abnormal for someone to say that all of my exes are psycho. And that usually indicates someone who doesn't want to accept their part in a relationship and why it might have gone bad. And you see that a lot with, and I've actually read papers on this, you usually see a lot of this with abusive men. You'll see it with abusive women as well, but quite often with men, there's more of a tendency for actual physical violence, and possibly even a criminal record. So they'll try to justify that, right? Okay. And what they're doing when they do that is DARVO. Deny, attack, reverse, victim, and defender, right? So all their exes are psycho, right? They're denying, they're attacking. It's DARVO. So pay attention to that. If, let's say you're out in a public place, you took an Uber there, you haven't told them or disclosed where you live, etc., whatnot. If you start feeling a bunch of red flags, a girlfriend of mine pointed this out, and it's a smart move. What she did was, if on the first date I count 5 red flags, that's it. It's done. Because that is your gut instinct has been developed over millennia by your ancestors. It's a gift. Use it, and don't second guess yourself. Don't be like, oh, well, maybe I'm just too sensitive. Maybe blah, blah. No. Abusers love it when you second guess yourself, especially at the beginning. It makes it easier for them to get the foot in the door, right? So listen to your gut instincts. And that whole 5 rule thing, I think that's really sound advice. It takes 2 to make it work. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But with toxic people, okay, it's you never know. With toxic people, baby, you never know. Hey, Dalton. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right. I can get the most mundane name totally wrong, right? All right. So with dirty scumbag. I don't even like to say that nickname. It's me from TikTok. There are a lot of people on TikTok that I communicate with, so you you might have to give me your TikTok handle so I know who you are. No offense, but I'm just saying. Hey, Bad Art, how you doing? What's up? All my exes were psycho, though. That does happen, though. That does happen. And was brought up by toxic. I tend to, right. I get you. But see, you would probably say where you were wrong in a situation, though, right? With toxic people, with abusers, they're not going to do that. They're not going to, they wouldn't even say, I have NPD. That wouldn't enter the equation. There's a difference between your history that you're describing and an actual like toxic, abusive, possibly narcissistic. You know what I'm saying? So, I never could change my name. Right on, right on. Oh, right on. Hey, Olivia, how you doing? I mean, Dalton. On my first date of my ex-husband, and there were at least 5 red flags flying around my head like cartoon birdies. They flew in my ear and out the other. Right. See, that's because a lot of the time, women especially are taught to second guess our instincts. We're just paranoid. We're just emotional. We're just hysterical. We're just, whatever. We're taught that from a young age. I wasn't. Thankfully, my grandfather was like, no. He's the one who taught me to listen to my gut instinct. And I'm so thankful for him. Right. See, that's the difference between you and a toxic person right there. There you go. Bam. Most abusive types, they're not going to say, nah, it's all the ex's fault. All right. That's how you can tell. I went on a date with a dude. One date. Didn't even make it, like it was supposed to be like a meal and that was it, right? Didn't even make it through the meal. He kept trying to put his hand on my leg. Red flag 1. After I told him not to, right? Slamming his exes to no end. That's 2. I could not finish a sentence to save my soul with him. It was impossible to finish a sentence unless, here's number 4, he was asking me questions about myself and trying to data mine. And then if I said something he didn't agree with, it was the, well, actually trying to correct me about things in my field that I'm college educated in. Very, very, like, that was 5 red flags. And thankfully, my girlfriend had told me about that beforehand. So I was like, yeah, I'm out. I paid for my meal, and I was like, I'm just getting a go box, and I'm leaving, and bye. And then he tried to like force me to stay, and I was like, look, no, like that's 6. That's number 6. That was a huge red flag, because think about it. If it's bad on the first date and it's only probably going to get worse from there, just cut your losses. Call it a night. Netflix. Just saying. All right, so this goddess, this woman who was successful, beautiful, had a nice car, nice home, family, etc., doing really good in her life. She got a lot going for her. She's also really, really sweet. Comes from a sweet family, good people, empathic, caring, and extraordinarily forgiving in ways I can't even imagine. We're going to get into that in the next stream. We're not going to talk about that here, but just for background. Very, very forgiving people, very kind-hearted people, the kind of people you want in your life. So the goddess had a bunch of valid, very valid red flags from the jump. But because we are programmed to be forgiving and nurturing and second guess ourselves and our instincts, she didn't listen to those red flags. This is not victim blaming whatsoever. But it is a good example that you can go watch the Netflix show. You can listen to the podcast, which is really good. I highly recommend it. If you haven't listened to it, it's so good. She talks about it in multiple venues on multiple platforms. And in one of them, I don't remember which one, she actually said, if I had just followed through with my first instinct. Okay, so he came into her house. Apparently, he had a bit much to drink, and he went into her bedroom and laid down on her bed. And this is like the first date. Baby, that is a huge red flag. I don't care how hot the person is. I don't care. That is an invasion of space that is very odd. I don't care how comfortable you feel with that person. Really take that into account, that that person doesn't care about your like inner sanctum space where you sleep and doesn't view that as being rude. That is weird. That is weird. And she was correct. That was a red flag. It was a huge red flag. Her instincts were amazing. From what I saw her describe, her instincts were spot on. I would like to see it if women especially, but men too, just people in general, everyone, deprogram ourselves so that we will listen to our instincts and so that we will say, yeah, no, I'm uncomfortable with this. I'm not doing this, right? Your instincts are valid. Okay. All right, so online dating can be a really good means of meeting friends and maybe a significant other and all this and that. You did not bother me. And you're fine here. We usually will chat. There probably will be typos. And you're fine. You can ask any questions you like. We do sidebars, which is where if you need to talk about something, we will do that. Eventually, we will talk about food also. I try to make this a safe space for people, especially if you're in a bad situation, which yesterday, that's what you were describing. So that's why I'm here. I'm here for you. Okay. I set a boundary with a family member today, and they listened and accepted that boundary. It still throws me when people listen to your boundaries. That is healthy. People should listen to your boundaries and limitations because you as an adult have every right to set boundaries and limitations for yourself. This right here, this is true and it's fine. That it is totally fine. I actually won't get out. I mean, what do you mean there's no other way out? There's always a way out. There's always a positive way out. I thought I would never be able to get out of my situation because my abusive ex took all my money. All right. I don't ask typically for help, but I had to because I had to get out. and you can get out too. Well, what is it that you understand? That I'm a ex-victims advocate, ex-sheriff's deputy, and my goal in the sheriff's department was to help women and children, victims of domestic violence, etc. Okay. What is it that you have to do that you're afraid to do? Thank you, Shermare. What? Okay. Domestic violence hotline, they will help you. There are all kinds of resources out there. There are grants to help with finances, all kinds of resources. You don't have to, that is not, you don't have to go that way. Many people who are currently in a DV situation feel that way, all right? Call the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Call them right now. There is help to get out. You can get out. I got out, and it was borderline miracle. See, there are other people here who got out as well. You are not alone. There are tons of survivors out there. You're not a burden. Is that what your abuser says to you? Because then that is you speaking and saying what the abuser is saying, and that's not true. Call the National Domestic Violence Hotline right now, and or go on their website. Olivia, okay. We will call you Olivia from this point forward. Yes. It does get easier. Is there any mental health hotlines? The National Domestic Violence Hotline can put you in contact with mental health resources in your area or online. They have all like the databases and all the stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm telling you, a lot of the DV shelters that I've been to are, it's like you're walking into a house, and they try to make them as comfortable and cozy and safe and inviting and warm as possible. But see, that's not true. You have more people than you realize who do want you around. And then there's this right here. You can get through this. Life does get better. Okay. My ex had me at rock bottom. You probably wouldn't even recognize me as the same person. I was in such bad shape. All right. And I didn't even fully realize it. It took friends of mine that I'd known since kindergarten being like, girl, what in the fuck? My brother, the other people, like, look, you're not alone. It may feel like it right now, but you're not. See, look, you got people on here who are here for you right now. Hey, Noelle. How you doing? So Noelle is a friend of mine, and knew me back. I was not in good shape. You're not alone. Call NDV right now. Leave the stream. Go call that number and talk with them. They will put you in touch with resources that will help you right now. All right? Here's another resource. Actually, if you end things now, then you're going to miss out on a lot. Please just call the suicide text hotline and speak with someone. Because things do get better, especially once you get into an environment that is more healthy. And you know, if from your, I don't know what that's called, avatar thing, if you are part of the LGBTQ plus community, there are other resources. There is, hold on one second. There's the Trevor Project. Let me see if I can find that right quick. Remember the spelling. Yes, okay. Give me 1 second. I won't be able to see the thing. I have to get the link. You have a huge community out there. Okay, thank you, Sharmir. There, right there. They can help also. Jesus, I'm so sorry. I mean, with that, there may be a way around. That would be something to talk to your local or nearest LGBTQ plus community center. You have a lot of trans people. You know, it's a spectrum, right? The community is a large spectrum, so you're gonna find people there that you can speak with about that. That too. I mean, it's always hard when you're LGBTQ plus and your family is non-supportive. It is always hard for all of us, okay? As soon as I was legally able to leave, I did. In part because I didn't know how people would respond to me coming out of the closet. I left the state. Like, I was like, bye. But also there were no jobs, but you know, there were several reasons. I mean, there's always a way out of abuse. Always. I mean, when you're in it, it doesn't seem like there is. I have been there. It seems like you are stuck there forever and there's no way out. That is not true. If I'm not mistaken, you told me you were 19. You're legally able to leave, and they cannot hold your possessions. By law, they cannot do that. If you call your local sheriff's department and tell them you're in a DV situation and you need an escort out and they keep refusing you access to your personal possessions, I know for a fact because I've done this, law enforcement will tell them, give this person their personal possessions. They are going to leave. Any and all documentation that is theirs, give it to them. Jesus, they medically, baby, that might be a criminal charge if they medically abused you. And I think I know what you might be talking about. Jesus. Okay, so there are many different kinds of abuse. Withholding medical treatment or forcing medical treatment on someone, even a child, is also abuse. It could be Munchausen by proxy. It could be a number of things. I would say get in touch with this right here, legal advocates and defenders. That would be a big help for you. Also, what you're describing is in fact domestic violence. The National DV Hotline should be able to help you with that, and also the Trevor Project, that is part of what they do. So let me find that again. This right here, the Trevor Project. They're doing amazing work, and they will help you in a variety of ways. Yes. This content is not intended to be a substitute for professional mental health, medical advice, diagnosis, treatment. Always seek the advice of a physician or other qualified mental health or health provider. Yes. We have a lot of people who come in our chat, who watch the replay crew, in our Discord, etc., who all have gone through abuse, either childhood or adulthood or both. You are not alone, Olivia. When you're in the abusive situation, you feel like you're just on an island. It is deserted, and the only person who comes to visit and has a boat out is your abuser. That's what it feels like. But you're not alone. You're here talking with us right now. I don't know what doctors you talked with, but if you are reporting to doctors that there was abuse that went on and they are not investigating it, there might be some licenses that need to be pulled. Hey, Kim, how you doing? We're doing a sidebar right now. Definitely call a lawyer. Definitely. That if a doctor is telling you that, they may not want a malpractice lawsuit. Talk to a lawyer. You're in a hospital, talking to you guys, they don't want to help you. And this is why you should speak with a lawyer. Hold on 1 second. Let me go back up here. This right here. Doctors and hospitals are almost always going to try to cover their own asses. Okay? So, that being the case, speak with an attorney. And if there's a statute of limitations or something, then you might be able to go after the parent or parents or family, whatever, who did the abuse. I'm not a lawyer, though. I can't answer those questions. But the legal advocates and defenders, glad.org, try them. And also the Trevor Project. There, look, okay, Marcus and I live on a tight budget, but once we are able to, I will be donating a little bit to the Trevor Project because they're doing some amazing work. At least give it a try. I'm trying to. Yes. Well, I mean, there are resources out there that can help you, Olivia. You're not alone. You have way more people around you every day who have survived abusive situations, more than you realize. Yeah. Yep. Healing from trauma always takes time, especially when it's DV. That can take a lot of work. They did it years ago, and now it's nothing they can do. I was actually happy in there because I'm isolated when they told me. Well, I mean, if you can at least take the steps to get out of that situation and into a healthy situation, what I had to do was I had to create goals for myself, right? And the first one was getting out. And then I had a list of things I wanted to do. And I had a wish list. I had my own wish list of things I wanted to do once I got out. Go to a cafe, sit, drink a coffee, and just people watch. And then, go shopping with girlfriends. Things that were positive that would make me happy. Going to and buying like some books, right? Set some goals for yourself that are positive, that can help keep you on the path toward healing. Yes. Thank you, Kim. Thank you for sharing. I mean, that may not be true though. So one doctor told you that. I had one doctor tell me I would never, ever, 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 ever have a child. Obviously, that doctor was wrong. Doctors can be wrong. So, I had 4 or 5 different opinions. Different doctors tell me that same thing. You never know. Don't give up hope. Yes. Seriously, as doctors are fallible as mofo. Like, and a lot of them have that God complex too. I'm just saying. That is yes. Reaching out for help and just discussing this is a step forward. There's help even within advice. You have help within this room. You are not alone. This is true. Yeah. It is a positive step forward to even be here talking with us. And I'm glad you're here. That's part of the reason I did the video thing on TikTok. Because I have to figure out how to balance 2 different platforms at the same time. No pressure. Hey, Mama T, how you doing? All right, so, man, toxic people, they can just show up anywhere. Doctors, lawyers, anywhere. I am so sorry you're going through this, Olivia. That breaks my heart. I'm sorry. I was told I'd be in a wheelchair and my bones would be crumbling by 35. They were wrong. I'm walking. Doctors aren't always right, right? Wait, I'm going to highlight that right there. Yes. I don't want to transition when I'm 60. Look, listen, you're 19. You have time. I know you want to transition now. Totally get you. But sometimes it just works out that you have to wait a bit longer. So I would say right now, worry about getting out of that environment. Your mental health will improve. Your emotional health, everything will improve almost overnight. Once you're away from those toxic people and you're in a place where you can sleep properly and eat properly, it'll put a lot of things like biologically and also emotionally and mentally like back together, if that makes sense. I don't even really know how to fully explain it. I have to turn the AC on, y'all. I'm melting. Okay, can you all hear me all right? Because yes, this is true. If you didn't in your heart and mind know there was a way to move forward, you wouldn't be here right now. You are here. There is time. Yes. Yes. Well, I would say, before you even find another doctor, get out of that situation, the unhealthy environment, and then reach out to the trans community. They might know doctors who will, help you transition. Some doctors don't want people to transition, and they'll give you misinformation. I've seen that happen before. Oh, the dysphoria. Dysphoria sucks. It just hits people hard. Just remember to take a deep breath, hydrate. A couple of my trans friends actually described visualizing in their mind's eye how they look, if that makes sense, and kind of superimposing that over themselves. Not everyone can do that, but I do know trans people who have done that, especially before transition and then like during, until they reached the point where they were comfortable. Doesn't always work for everyone, but the hell? Hey Stacy, how you doing? What's up? I know. I've been there. Just call those numbers that we have put up for you. You have to reach out, and the people on the other end of the line, especially with the Trevor Project, they're going to understand you, because the Trevor Project deals with they're there for people in our community, right? People in your community. They're there for you. Hey James, how you doing? Yeah, there's a lot, man. There's a lot going on right now. Oh, okay. The chat just jumped on me. Yes. Having support emotional support, social network, all of that is key. It is hugely important. Yeah, I mean, don't compare. You're valid. The what you are experiencing is valid. Uh, your trauma is valid. How you feel is valid. Um, can I? You're gonna fall. You gonna come say hi? Huh? Hi. Say hi. Don't. I don't know if she'll say hi, y'all, but um, yes, people have it in their minds that medical staff are all sweet and kind. That's not always the way, unfortunately. Yes. Yes, indeed. What? I mean, there's always a way out. What you have described, you've described medical abuse, financial abuse, social abuse, uh, what I call LGBTQ plus abuse, like queer abuse, right? There's a lot. So there's a lot that you're having to deal with, and it sucks, and I'm sorry, but there is a way out. There are several ways out. You just have to call the Trevor Project, call the National Domestic Violence Hotline, call these resources, and they will help you find a way out. Right? There are, okay, so you haven't been able to transition yet. So that might be a concern for you with certain resources. Did you know that there's like a huge, like, underground network of people who will let someone stay in their guest room for however long until they can find a job and save up their money and get their resources together, right? There, in the LGBTQ plus community, there's a lot of that goes on because we have to help each other out, especially for trans people. A lot of the time, that network, that safety network, has to be there. So I would say reach out to the Trevor Project and your nearest LGBTQ plus community center. There's a reason I keep telling you to the nearest one. It doesn't have to be like in the same city as you, even, right? There's a reason I keep saying reach out to these resources because there are people who will come get you and get you out of that situation. I've done that. um, yes. Uh, we're calling her Olivia. I do believe the other name might be a dead name. So, and we try not to dead name people here. But you just came on, so I don't think that you caught that part. Um, yes. Um, try not to compare abuse or suffering. You're valuable, and your suffering is not greater or lesser than someone else's. Yeah, that's true. Uh, there is nothing wrong with you. So so far as being transgendered, there's nothing wrong with you. Mm-mm. No. I mean, the way that society and whatnot treat you, that is wrong. Um, but you are valid. Yes, there's a lot right with you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be chatting with us right now. That is true. Um, I wish that you would call the Trevor Project. Like, I can sit here and talk with you as much as you need, but I'm not a counselor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not like a resource that can actively help you. I'm not even in the same area as you, right? So then, therefore, I'm very limited in what I can do for you. But the Trevor Project can actively help you. This is true. That's true. I don't know which ones to direct you at, but there are um, subreddits that are actually really, really good, like so far as support goes. And if you have abusive family, there's something called, what was it? Just Know Family. I think it was the Just Know. I think it was the Just Know Family subreddit was really good with like being supportive and whatnot. And if I'm not mistaken, they actually have verified counselors and stuff on there as well. Um, I mean, and yet you have a huge community of people who are trans and have gone through similar things to what you are going through right now really fast. They've gone through similar things to what you're going through right now, and they get you. They understand what you're going through. You're not alone. You're not. Seriously. Um, can we not destroy everything? Kitty girl. Well, let's say hi then. This is why I usually have the cats in the kitchen. this right here. Sorry, y'all. um, yes, please call the number. I know it's terrifying to reach out for that help, especially after asking for help but not getting it previously, but it is worth it. Yes, please call the Trevor Project. Because you're not alone. You're not. I know, I don't even know how many people who have been through what you are going through. A very similar situation. Very similar. I'm going to put her in the kitchen before she destroys my leg. I will be right back. Wow. God, you have talents. Okay. Um, Yes, you're right. Anxiety is horrible. It attacks us at our core, but you are not what your anxiety tells you. That is true. Thank you for saying that, James. That is perfect. Um, yes, there are people who want you to be okay that are all over the world. That is true. This is true. Okay, is that better? This right here is true. Yes. Um, yeah. See, this is why I'm saying call the Trevor Project, because there are a ton all over the world. There are a ton of groups, organizations. They may be kind of more underground, depending on where they are in the world, that will help you. Like, I don't know where you are, but our Ask Transgendered has a pinned post of every consent clinic in the US on right. Wow, really? That is awesome. Right, right. Hey Snoop, how you doing? You're fine. I know you're probably at work or something. I got you. Hey Sherry. We're in a sidebar right now, just so y'all know. Which you probably already do because I'm behind on the chat. Look, at least call the Trevor Project, give them a chance, see what they say. I mean, I've had to call them a few times for people, you know, because a lot of the time, LGBTQ plus people, when they're kicked out, when they're outed and they're kicked out, their phone might be taken away before they're kicked out. So I've called the Trevor Project a few times, and also the National Domestic Violence Hotline. That's why I keep bringing it up, because they actually have resources. They have the databases, and they can they get it that for queer people, abuse happens too, right? So oh, all right. So it's almost 8 o'clock. I have to start making dinner soon. I have homework for little Miss Olivia. You beautiful, wonderful, lovely human being. Please, I'm not asking you to tip me money. I'm not asking you to give me money. I'm asking you to make a phone call. That's what I'm asking you to do. Um, if you want to tip me, then call the Trevor Project. That would be awesome. And stay in contact. Let us know how you're doing. They will sit on the phone with you for as long as you need. Yep. I know that from watching that. Okay, so I have to get going here in a minute to make dinner for baby girl, and I have no idea what she wants to eat. So we're in that 3-year-old land right now. But let's talk about food. Let's do a sidebar about food, because food can be very healing. It's good medicine. I wish I knew how to make fry bread. I really want fry bread. P flag, yes, that's another one. Look, like, there's something just amazing about like watching a battalion of lesbians grabbing the U-Hauls and all that shit and going and getting someone out of a bad situation. Like, look, If anyone can get some shit done, lesbians. Mad respect. Mad respect. Oh boy. Yes. I don't know if you're still here, Olivia, but you are. You're worth it. You know, every single LGBTQ plus person adds to the power of the community as a whole. True story. Yes, I hope so too. Frosty gobbled up while modding. Here we go with the Frosty again. Now I want a Frosty and French fries. Fry bread is easy. No, I mean like, traditional indigenous fry bread. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. Oatly chocolate ice cream. Woman, what is this magic you were speaking of? And I may need some of that. That sounds good. I don't know what it is, but it sounds good. Saw a recipe for fried bread. We eat tortillas. Yeah, we eat tortillas a lot too. But I have not had fried bread in so long, and I miss it. Ugh. Yeah, how are you doing, Kim? Are you feeling better? And also, I know we have Phoenix, the kitten, and Shermere has a bunch of new baby guinea pigs. I keep them in my freezer now. It's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Hold on. Chocolate and peanut butter ice cream with chocolate sauce earlier. Oh, that sounds good. I just remembered I have chocolate brownie ice cream waiting for me in that freezer. Okay, so the topic appears to be ice cream. Yes, fry bread can be a really touchy subject, just like red beans and rice or gumbo. Here in New Orleans, very touchy of how you make it, all of that. All right, so here is Shermare's channel. Hey, Olivia. I have to go here in a minute because I have to make dinner for baby girl. But I have homework for you. Call the Trevor Project. I just got done saying, don't tip me some money. Tip me by calling the Trevor Project. Right on. I'm glad to hear that y'all are feeling better. Everything that's going around right now, and a bunch of my family lives in Florida, so that's great. Yes, this is Stacy and Kim's channel, and then Violet Witch. James, do we have a link to your channel yet? I don't know if we do or not, because working YouTube and TikTok is, y'all, it's insane. I don't even it's a lot, okay? Hey, how do you tip me? Call the Trevor Project. That's how you tip me. That's how you tip me. Call the Trevor Project. Yes, right here. Because there's no reason that you don't have to pay me cash, baby. Look. This is what we do in the LGBTQ plus community. This is just what we do. I'm 47 years old. You're not the only person I've walked through this kind of situation by a long shot. Okay. I have went to a friend's house. They opened up the window to their bedroom and like put their stuff out through the window, and I loaded up my car and 4 other cars and moved them out of their house, the abusive household, through a window. Where there's a will, there's a way. So this is what the LGBTQ plus community better fucking do, or I will be spanking people. So this is what I do. This is what this channel is here for. If you go back to the very first video, you'll see why I started this channel. To help people. Yes. There. Call them. Tell them what's going on. You know, what's been going on. And that, when I called the National Domestic Violence Hotline and talked to them, I straight off the bat, straight up said, I am in bad shape. I don't even recognize myself. I need help. And like a week later, I was out. Yeah. Yep. I mean, we can sidetrack you, give you something to distract you. And part of what I do here is try to educate people about different aspects of abuse, abusive behavior, what it is. And in doing that, I'm trying to help validate people who are currently in abusive situations or have gotten out and are like second guessing themselves, have questions, what have you. This is what I do. And if I go back to work, more than likely I'll be potentially going back to doing that same thing. So it just, it depends really, but yes. Yes, exactly. Right here. Right there. I mean, if somebody wants to tip me, that's fine. That goes to the equipment fund. But for you, Olivia, call the Trevor Project. Well, see, that's the thing. If you get out, you can have an in-person community. Like, I don't know if you've been to a drag show yet or a king show yet. Just saying, you're missing out on a lot. But you can get to that point. I'm trying to entice you with drag queens and drag kings. Yes, I am. You didn't upset us. I don't think anyone in here. Is everyone okay? I'm not upset. Is everybody else okay? Hydrate. Drink you some water. Deep breaths. Do the conscious breathing. Use your tomorrow I might go over the self-care things again at the beginning. Okay. The chat just jumped on me. All right. I have no idea what I'm going to make for dinner. What should I make for dinner? The drag family is the most accepting. Yes. Wait, hold on. Yes. Right there. Right. This is true. That's actually how I first learned how to do makeup. Was the drag community. Yeah. True story. That was interesting too. What time? What time for what? Usually I try to be on for 6 o'clock, but sometimes I'm on at 6:30 Central Time because I have a 3-year-old. So, getting a 3-year-old to work with me can be difficult sometimes. But I try to stream usually Wednesday through Sunday, 6 or 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Yes. Um, I'm thinking spaghetti. Hey, Bama Huntress, how you doing? I'm thinking maybe spaghetti. I need to see. Yes, go check out Dr. Romani on YouTube also. I've watched a couple of her videos and they're really good. Really good. Let me go check baby girl real quick. Okay. Fry bread tacos. Oh. Oh. No. What? You're wrong for that because I don't know how to make fry bread. That sounds really good. Spoiler alert, you aren't the reason, it's not your fault. Yes. Yes, indeed. All right. You have the right to say no. Your no should be respected. If it is not respected, yeet that person out into the sun. Also, call the resources that are there to help you. Domestic violence, National Domestic Violence Hotline, Trevor Project. There's all kinds of resources out there that can and will help you get out of an abusive situation. Also, don't forget, if you're LGBTQ plus, local or nearest to you, LGBTQ plus community resource centers. Um, I have seen, I have seen communities mobilize and it's like, it was like an army. They had it down to a science. It was amazing. I wish I had a video of that. So, Olivia, call the Trevor Project. Start there. Okay. I love y'all. I'll be back tomorrow, barring some sort of unfortunate event or something. Yesterday, baby girl's tummy was not feeling too great. She's fine now. I don't know what even happened. But I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I do also have, videos that I do on TikTok. Usually, a lot of the time, it's a bit more spontaneous, though. I'm sorry, Sharemare. Thank you to the mods, by the way, also. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all, share, do all the things with things. If you normally come to this channel regularly, make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube. And yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Love you, Olivia.